On one hand, there's still the hope for a peace deal. On the other hand, the Strait of Hormuz has been closed again. Is there any end in sight to the crisis? And what about commodity markets? Hello, I'm Anuj Choudhary, and it's time for this week's commodity forecast. If you have been unsettled by the latest news on the geopolitical front and seek some clarity, then this episode is a must watch for you. Copper and silver are the metals in the spotlight this week. Before we get to their crucial support and resistance figures, let's begin with the macroeconomic headlines. The US and Iran have agreed on a roadmap for a final deal in Switzerland talks. Iran and its mediators cite major progress in the discussions. Yet, after top negotiators left, the technical discussions began. Talks on nuclear issues, sanctions, etc., to arrive at a final agreement in the 60-day ceasefire period. Reportedly, Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz yet again in response to Israel's attack on Lebanon, though the US says it is open. Israel's attacks are a major obstacle in the peace talks. Iran and the US have set up a communication line to avoid incidents and miscommunications related to traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. US Treasury yields have declined on fears that elevated energy prices to lead to higher rates. Gold prices fell for the third straight week. Commodity focus. Copper. Copper declined last week and closed in the red. It opened last week at 1,362.70 and touched a high of 1,367.25 in the first half of the week. However, prices declined during the week and touched a low of 1,316.55 towards the end of the week. Prices closed the week 1.87% lower week on week at 1,327.40. We expect copper to trade with a positive bias in the medium term. It broke the previous swing low last week but closed above the same after witnessing short coverings. It has opened this week higher and breached the 50-day moving average. The momentum indicator RSI is now moving higher. A positive crossover may lead to fresh buying. It may find resistance at 1,366 and strong resistance at 1,395. Support is seen at 1,296 and strong support at 1,283. A sustained close below the same may lead to a trend reversal. The price indicator is bullish. Commodity focus. Silver. Silver fell for the fourth consecutive week. It opened the week at 2,51,563 and touched a high of 2,54,200 at the beginning of the week. It touched a low of 2,28,162 towards the end of the week and closed 5.28% lower week on week at 2,33,185. We expect silver to trade with a negative bias in the medium term. It has given an ascending trendline breakdown. It has also broken the 20-week moving average last week and gave a decisive close below the same. However, it is trading above the long-term 50-week moving average. The MACD is also showing negative divergence, signaling further weakness in the white metal. Support is seen at 2,19,300 and strong support at 2,09,600. It may find initial resistance at 2,32,900 and strong resistance at 2,38,700. A sustained close above the same may lead to a trend reversal. The price indicator is bearish. Weekly price action. Gold fell by 1.51% week on week. Silver fell by 4.58% week on week. The gold-silver ratio rose by 3.22%. Base metals again fared poorly. Weekly event calendar. This week, markets will track industrial production, ADP employment change, pending home sales, initial jobless claims. That's your weekly commodity forecast from Mirae Asset Sharekhan. The next 60 days will be a tense trial for the markets, and it's hope that the US-Iran negotiations bear fruit soon. What's your take on how the markets will react? Share it in the comment section. To help you keep track of crucial market developments, all our research offerings are now available in one portal, the Mirae Asset Sharekhan Research Center. Explore research calls and detailed research reports across equity, mutual funds, F&O, commodities, ETFs, and more. To access our videos and research reports in real time, join our WhatsApp channel today. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching.
Investment in securities market is subject to market risk. Read all related documents carefully before investing.